if I have 50 coaches in my network, I call Jeff primarily because
Yeah, well, that I can finish that sentence. Like, there's a lot of ways I could finish it, but um, non-threatening accountability, right? Non-threatening accountability, right? Or you could see it over my shoulder, the integrity game. If integrity is an issue in the organization, call me because I've got the integrity game. I know how to retrofit and increase, improve, establish structural integrity for a person, a team, or an organization. So but the problem is, we get conceptual first. Most people think integrity is, most people only use the word integrity when they're accusing somebody else of not having it. You understand? Right?
yeah,
And so accountability is always going to feel like an attack when we're not ready to be 100% responsible for our own behavior.
mm,
Right? Okay. So a lot of times when you think about coaching, performance management, helping people get results, Well, at the end of the day, what result? Like a lot of times people think, let me put it this way. A lot of times people, if I asked, and I've done this 1,000 times, I ask a room full of entrepreneurs, how many of you have integrity? And then
everybody raised
100% of
it.
the room raises their hand.
Yeah,
So that's the problem, isn't it? Like everybody, like 100% of the world is lying to themselves in public.
that's funny. That's a good one.
Right. Well, and then I say, hey, don't shoot repeat after me. I solemnly swear not to shoot the messenger. So I have a keynote, 45 minutes called the integrity game. And I'm going to ask you again, 45 minutes from now, how many of you feel like you have integrity? And so
Ooh,
I have funny, fast paced, humor laced, kind of in your face ways to be non-threatening about how much bullshit you're telling. Right. And what's the truth? What's real? What do you really want? Who are you really? What's your purpose? What are your competitive advantages? What's your potential? Now, you're building a mansion on quicksand if you don't have answers to those questions. A lot of times people think integrity, say, hang on, I don't want to offend anybody. What is it? What's integrity? And half the room will say, do what you say you're going to do. Okay. The other half will say, do the right thing regardless of who's watching. Okay.
that mantra of non-threatening accountability, does
Yes.
that come from something in your past where you had a threatening, overbearing bosses where you're like, okay, this environment sucks? Is that where that comes from?
Maybe. I mean, haven't we all had that? Right. Like, I think everybody's had that. I don't know if it specifically comes from that. It comes from my coach's training and then my communication skills that I bring to the table.
Okay.
Right. And then, like basically the red pen. Oh my God, the red pen. It evokes images, right? You think you're going to be judged and criticized for what you do wrong. Does it make like it's interesting when people are on a proactive learning track, they love to learn, make mistakes, etc. Like so judgment versus support. Um, I it's a special person that wills themselves into being counted. Most people,
Mm.
most people want to get as much as they can with as little given as possible. Most
Yes,
people are the last to take blame or responsibility for
it's
something
true.
that's gone wrong.
That's true.
Most people, right? So what's happening a lot in organizations is passing the hot potato or the blame game or the shit rolling
All the time.
downhill.
All the time.
Okay. Or the CY, the cover your ass game, the hot
Yes.
potato game,
Yes.
whatever, smoke and mirror, right? And and you want to know why? Go back to staffing. Go back to staffing. A lot of people are hiring people into their organizations without taking time to find out what the people want and knowing that my organization can give you that.
Hmm.
So when I play the integrity game, by the way, I'm not talking about you didn't do what you said you were going to do, or you didn't do the right thing. You did something different when nobody was watching that people want to judge everybody else, but we're always guilty of what we accuse others of. So, I want more integrity in my life. I want to be a better human being. I want my behaviors to come together with my potential. I want my purpose. I want to know what my purpose is every given day. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
want to know, like, a building that has structural integrity will withstand the pressure tests. A building without structural integrity will be crippled and crumbled by the pressure tests. So I don't care if it's getting sick or if it's a pandemic. I don't care if it's a kid forgetting their lunch to school and you need to stop what you're doing right then and get the kid to the lunch, or if it's a tsunami or a tidal wave or a hurricane. I don't care if it's a change in the weather or if it's a storming of the Capitol or whatever unexpected, unwanted occurrences come up. You're never going to stop the weeds from growing. Brian Tracy taught me that. Weeds grow on their own. They need no help from us. But if you don't have structural integrity, those weeds could blow you down.